We'll now proceed with the Activities module. Upon entering the Activities module, it is divided into two sections. Scheduled activities, in this case we don't have any activities yet, and templates. The templates section allows me to create activities, or, as the name suggests, maintenance templates to assign to my different assets. This is very similar to a maintenance plan or the activities we'll be doing preventively. One advantage of templates is that we can also use them for corrective maintenance if we already have a list of planned activities. It's important to mention this, but we'll see it in the next video. When creating a template, we'll enter the activity's name. In this case, it will be maintenance for a van that will be performed every 6 months or every 10,000 kilometers. Van maintenance every 6 months or 10,000 km. We use the activity's name to easily understand what it refers to. Next, we have the recurrence option. When we mark an activity as recurring, we need to indicate its frequency. The platform allows us to have date-based frequencies. In this example, it will be every 6 months, but we can also have activities whose scheduling depends on reading a counter on the equipment. When we select the by counter option, a list of readings we're recording in the system becomes available. Since this is a new account, we don't have any records yet, but we can create one now. In this case, our unit will be kilometers. Once we save the information, we can select that option. After this, we need to indicate how often this activity will be performed. In this case, every 10,000 kilometers. We can also assign a priority to the activity. Let's assign a high priority in our example. We can also indicate the estimated duration required to perform the activity so that we can later track any deviations from the times we've allocated. We can also specify the activity type, which in this case is preventive. After this, we'll have the list of activities to be performed. In this case, since we're talking about preventive maintenance of a vehicle, we'll list the following: oil change, filter change, engine cleaning, coolant replacement, and finally, tire rotation. This is essentially the checklist that our technician or the person performing the activities will have to mark off, and all of this will be included in the activity. Next, we have the measurements section. Here, we select from the list the measurements we want to take. If they're not in the list, we add them with their corresponding unit of measurement. Let's say in this case our measurement will be assessing the condition of the tires. Measurements can be of two types, qualitative or quantitative. If they're quantitative, we can enter the name, unit, and define minimums and maximums so that the system alerts us when we exceed these limits. If they're qualitative, for example, we'll assess whether the condition of the tires is good, bad, or average. Let's save this value and add it for measurement in this activity. Next, we have the attachments section, where we can attach manuals, procedure lists, and other useful documents for performing activities. This allows technicians to review them when needed, as this information can be accessed in the work orders assigned to them. Finally, we have the cost section. Here we can add 4 different types of costs: non-inventory parts, inventory parts, services, and others, such as fuel, expenses, or miscellaneous items. Let's add an inventory part in our example. For inventory parts, we can select products from our warehouses. When adding non-inventory parts, we simply indicate the product we'll use, for example, adding 4 liters of oil, specify its cost, and save it to add to our maintenance template. Once we have this template, we can save it and generate another similar one, or simply save it so that this information is recorded. These templates are available for consultation and editing at any time. Let's create another template that is scheduled by dates. In this case, we'll create a template for room maintenance that we do monthly. Remember, our example is maintenance for a hotel that includes both facilities and equipment that also require maintenance. In this case, our activity will also be recurring and will be performed once every month. We'll set the duration to 5 hours for completion, and in the task list, we'll include cleaning, check bulbs and replace, if necessary, patching and painting defects on walls, checking smoke detectors. This will be the task list for our technician. Here too, we can add measurements if desired, attachments, and costs. Let's indicate that it will have medium priority and save it. The templates are saved, we can navigate between them and even search using any word that might be in the template to locate it more quickly. These templates make the process of creating maintenance activities easier.